start streaming just as my daughter rolls around. Cool. Let's try refreshing this. New. Let's hope Restream works. Got an error here to fix, so I need to move this across. There. Cool, so there's an error on the executions, workflow executions. Let's hope I did not commit that. No, I did not. So, workflow executions. Where was that line? Oh, hi Lee. Yeah, she's alright. She's obviously poorly. It seems to be some sort of coincidence every week. Okay, so that's that issue fixed. Report metadata and Stripe fix version number. So to become a Stripe partner, you need to fix your API version. So that's something else I did. Cool. So workflow execution. What am I going to work on this evening? I sort of carried on last night after the stream failed. This time, hopefully the stream will work. You can see Restream, the chat thing I'm using, is now a app window as opposed to a browser window. And apparently, according to people on the forums, that was causing the issue. So, let's shut this window to fix the contrast and get some music on. How is my audio volume? That's the thing that's always bad. Oh, 6 people watching on Twitch. Crazy. Okay. Oh. There we go. Cool, thanks. Okay, so I do have a bug I want to fix. I just want to do a bit of promotion. Do a bit of promotion that I'm streaming. Even though no one here is. Okay, so let's promote the ship streamers one. Retweet. And I'll paste it here. Cool. Evening, Alex. Okay, so we've got this issue with Slack. So for whatever reason, I've ended up putting in a Slack URL that's no longer valid. So this post isn't working. I'm just trying to think what the correct way to handle that is. I could really do with a link to the execution here. So it's doing... Oh, that's not so good. Oh, okay, these are old executions. Broken ones, 58, that should be fine. Okay, so it's trying to do... That one's working fine, except for the graph is bust. Ugh, I'm not fixing the graph today. So customer created... So that's it, the Slack webhook on that one is like dead. And it's really old as well. I guess in the case of Slack, if the webhook didn't go, it's not the end of the world, it's just... I don't know how to handle that. Whether it's like a block that you need to come in and fix, or it's just a case of just flag it to your attention. Maybe just flag it to someone's attention. Yeah, I need pen and paper because I'm just noticing bugs everywhere. Fucking hell. Okay, so the graphs. That's true, I could retry. The executions will actually handle that. I'm just trying to think, like, so imagine you've got this workflow for customer created. Not this one. Should delete that. Which one was it? This one. Okay, so like you start, you delay. Oh, it's not this one either. Which one is it? It was an old one. That's one that doesn't exist. Okay, so imagine you do like action, Slack webhook. Registered, right? So you have that. Oh, that button's broken. Email button. Add Slack button. And then you do like some conditional logic, blah blah blah. Okay, and then you do like an email action here. Just like, hello. Okay. Right. I don't know if this explains the problem better, but so like the Stripe thing failing is like in a sense fine. It will come and reattempt to do it, and it won't clear until it does that. But what would you think is the most sensible thing to do? Like display that the workflow has failed because the Slack webhook step has failed to happen, or mark it as the Slack webhook has failed, but continue with the execution. So like sending an email, that's pretty critical. If it's not done that, like I stop the workflows. However, the Slack webhook is it's not like the end of the world if it doesn't happen. Like if you've got a whole load of logic here for like sending bill reminders and like retarring charges, would you really want just a simple Slack webhook breaking, causing everything to break? I guess I could say that like I allow faults. Yes, true. Could go that route. Yeah, let the user decide. Yeah. Let users decide. So I can circle back to this one because, for example, this one here, this execution stopped because we went to send an email here, but the customer's email bounced, and we'd actually fixed the customer's email. So at this point, like this workflow just needs to have like a big old resume button with a warning that's like, did you fix the fault? And then carry on. And then I guess from there, yeah, I guess so. What, like just terminate, or let's have a think. You know what I should do is I should ask people who are going to use it, but hey, that'd be far too easy. Okay, so show execution, show workflow. So let's have a look. Let's just copy that. Okay, so put the actions in here, and then we'll just have keep the danger one. So change name or something like that. And then this one as well. Oops. Something like that. I'm not sure you'd want to restart from the beginning. Unless you're skipping a step, I guess. No, that looks terrible. Restart, terminate. I'm kind of thinking of like debugging, where you just be like skip step. But I mean, that's given me plenty to code this evening, the terminate. And just bear in mind, do over. Cool. Just got to send a message to somebody on Twitter. Yeah, okay. Restart workflow. Oh, maybe just like resume. Also, when you pause, the whole thing just shakes. I never got that. Why do VHSs just shake? Resume workflow, terminate. Okay, so I mean, we could display a warning to just be like, this will try and reattempt. But let's look at termination. Okay, so executions. Okay, this should be two. Let's make some sort of controller in here. Oh God. I have no controls for that. That's useful, isn't it? Yeah, white noise. Terminate. Yeah. I mean, blocked and terminated are like kind of two of the same thing. I guess just a way of archiving them away. So let's just rename that to refactor, and then we'll just say just going to do something really simple, like, no, I think I'm going to have to confirm if it is ID. Oh, one there. Let's just check what it's called. Yeah, it's that. I expected to have a message. There we go. It's pretty bloody stressful programming in front of people. Okay, so that's the one I want. I do realise I've coded the terminate method. Current dashboard link, and then execution. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I guess a delete request would make more sense. Does it? Whatever, it's fine. It's not gonna break. Are you sure you want to? Okay, so executions, this one, the terminate method doesn't do anything, so we'll add a method, this status equals self status terminated, this save. Yeah, correct. So instead of having to do so you'll find that the router variable is injected into every single root file that you load in via the router service provider. So I just prefer to do that way, and I should have really had a comment, but so that's what I normally do, is this, and that's all. You get the type hints, and then the view, yeah, is like a Laravel method for just saving having to have the controller. You can pass in stuff here, or I prefer to have I have here compose service providers, where you register basically a file or a class per view template, and then if you go into one of these, you can, as long as you follow this interface, you can then specify what's returned. So basically you're specifying what each view template needs to fulfill its role instead of like a controller. And I hope that answers the question you probably didn't ask. Okay. Terminate. Hooray, execution successfully terminated. So that's now not going to display the block warning. Yeah, I don't think it's not very well documented, the compose. Oh, not maybe not well documented, just not really well promoted. Yeah, I've used them for years. Blocked what I was doing. Okay, so the executions, I just need to add to the switch statement what that is. So it's basically the same as this, isn't it? Terminated. Okay, so that's now terminated, and we can now not display those messages, but I mean we'd only display them if the workflow was blocked. So let's fiddle with that code as well. So if the execution is blocked, then we'll display these actions. If not, we won't bother. Hooray, okay. So I've now kind of got to trigger another execution blocking. How do I do that? I can't remember. Log bounced email does that. I can't remember where it does the check. Oh, has email bounced? Yeah. Okay. So that still leaves me with what to do with the other cases. So I guess in this instance I'm just going to change it back to blocked, because it's going to be the quickest way to carry on. Read store. Clearly run migrations on this from a different project. Workflow execution structure. Okay, so the ID is 51. 51. Let's change it to blocked. Okay. So resume workflow can simply change the status to running again. Running? Or delaying? Yeah, if it changes to delaying, it'll automatically go back into the right state. Or run. No, running will be fine. Running will be fine. Okay. So that should be pretty quick to build as well. Basically a duplication of this. I mean, there probably should be some sort of validation. If you see any blind clear errors, please let me know. So we should just do a check, like if workflow. I can't remember if it's that. Somewhere in the footer, this messaging, error message, okay. We've been discussing how to resume and start workflows. We've just been discussing how good VHS was at pausing and view compose files. Okay, so what do we, and we called it so back to the show. If Alex is here, I'm absolutely loving the way that I'm doing post and delete requests. Okay, so if I click resume workflow, nothing happened. Oh, okay. Okay, so that should get picked up in the next minute to carry on running. Because it'll get flagged up as a workflow that's running but has stalled. Cool. Right, while that waits, I'm just going to catch up. Oh no, Envoyer failed to deploy. Timed out. Oh no. What's going on there? Had some server problems. No idea. Okay, no idea why I didn't pick up. I did. It's just slow. Right, so completed. So success. The user fixed the bounce email issue, and the workflow could continue. That's cracking. Let's have a look at Envoy. Finish with errors. I mean, it didn't even run. Just try again, eh? Not sure if I'll be revealing stuff here that I shouldn't reveal on a live stream, but hey. Okay, so that now begs the question what to do with a workflow that's that one. So that one is stuck running due to that Stripe webhook. What am I listening to? Music. There's no one to talk to me otherwise. Unless you wanted to know to like what I'm actually listening to. Okay, it ran fine. Okay, so I guess I am listening to a playlist called I don't know. Oh. Currently, I am listening to this. Well. Okay, so I'm gonna go with blocking the workflow because of the bounced, because of the Stripe error, Slack error even. I was listening to a playlist called what was it? Oh, One Hit Wonders. That's what I'm listening to. I just need like background, not. Okay, so I can actually display. Hopefully, this should. We should be able to write. So let's do. Let's do. So we got Stripe, card fault. This is some of the the shittest code I've written in a very long time. So we'll retry it 3 times. We can afford to sleep for a little bit of time. Maybe like 10 seconds a request. That still gives us plenty of time. How does this function work? Does it return the... It returns from the... attempts. So you can pass in attempts into the... Okay. Oh, so you can do half a second. Is that in? It should be a float, shouldn't it, really? Maybe I'm missing something. I love go to beginning. It's a neat way to do retries. It's like the only use for a go to. Nah, just use the Laravel one. Pretty sure it returns the output, so. So you could just have. Pretty sure after the 3rd time it's going to fail, so. And on the 3rd time it throws the exception, so I can still do try catch, and then it's going to be something just like a client exception. So that's fine. We can retry the request in here. use HTTP, use oh god, there's quite a few things it needs, isn't it? Whatever. I'm using the event sourcing library that I wrote like 3-4 years ago. Okay, so if it fails on this time, we need to log the output. Now I've got somewhere already that does this. So we can append here and return false. Okay, so we'll append the metadata. We'll say that it failed, and the actually wanted to copy this one. Step could not run customer. There we go. That's what I actually wanted to do. Failed reason. I could just copy the client exception. I think I'd be fine with that. Get message. Okay. Cool. Well, I wouldn't recommend using my own package because I have no documentation. It's all cool. It's called Smooth PHP. You can find it on GitHub. You can see some videos I made in 2016. And here's the code. There's the base repository, the Laravel, and then the query bus. There we go. Workflow blocked from executing due to a bad step. The most common cause is bounce emails. I might need to change that. Reason client error resulting in 404 no service. Cool. Okay, so this is kind of cool. You could just have like resume, and if I click resume, it's going to go into. It's going to clear. It's going to attempt again. It's going to fail. So yeah, I do have it on GitHub. Smooth PHP. Sorry. These like talking on doing these live streams sort of engages in customer conversations. So I've got someone just talking to me now on Twitter, so I just want to interact with them. What's your payment gateway? Let's have a look at a thought train. A menu bar app. How do you pay? How do you pay? Let's have a look. Help. It doesn't say. Cool. So if we go back to this and refresh, it's going to say hopefully it's blocked. Okay, so resume doesn't work. You could either terminate it, or we could basically have skip bad step. Cool. Okay, so skip step. Now this is more complicated. This is a use case that I haven't. And I'm not sure if I. We could add some font awesome icons though. That'd be cool. Let's have a look. Just as some easy wins. So, are you going to put that at the beginning or the end of a button? The beginning, I guess. Right, so font awesome. Let's have a look at the play. Basically, we're looking for like a play button, which would be. Someone has to explain to me what the what font awesome is done with. It used to just be FA, but it's now like FAS or FAB. Like what does that mean? What is that? I never seem to get the right one either. Okay, so we also want a stop. Okay, and then I basically want like a rewind icon or something. Which one am I after? I'm after like a double right arrow or something. And I can't find that. Double right. Okay, there we go. Oh god. Date can't be null. I've seen that error before. Sorry, I'm just looking at an error from something else. But look, I think it's like fast FA arrow right double. Okay, so received an issue in another bit of the code. This is the difference between like working in a team with full time and trying to slap it together. Import missing. So it's moaning that the date is there is wrong, and I've done this before. I can't remember where. Import customer invoices, was that? No, that's okay. Invoice. That. Okay, so let's fix that bug. Okay, so we're looking here. We're gonna have like a resume button. What color should that be? It's also like skip. skip bad step. Maybe it should just be a warning. I'm not sure if I like that, but hey. What is the Falcon one? I think. Doesn't look good either, unless I change all to. Everyone will have to tell me if they prefer this look or not. Does that look better? I don't know why the spacing is all bust, but unless this one has like a margin left too. There we go. Does that look okay, these buttons, or is everyone buggered off? Okay. Skipping a step is going to be more complicated. And how am I going to solve this problem? So, workflow executions. Basically, I need to get the next step. Mark the current step complete, get the next step, and then continue. That piece of code there. Which I could probably just refactor out. Okay, so that's fine. Let's just call that something like skip bad step. That'll do. Oh, terrible idea. Let's go with that. I prefer this mentality to go. Oh, I did spell it wrong. Okay, so I can copy the previous, these ones, 'cause basically it's the same. I mean, good question. What version of Laravel was it saying? 5.8.15. Love it, that page. Laravel version. Why am I looking on there? Where did I find it? Composer package. Packages. I'll do. What version are we on? 5.8.17. A couple of sub-versions behind. 3 versions behind. I wonder what those sort of 3 features have. I don't even know where to see. No idea. What, I mean, where do they explain what the dot version releases have in? Is it just all on GitHub? Do they have release notes here? Yes. Type hint for the user factor. Whatever. Okay, so skip bad step. Let's carry on. Oh, and tell my other half how the daughter's doing. Okay. Step skipped. Okay. Okay, so oh god, this is like this is a case of like one of those terrible god models things. So that was some pricing I was working on that got committed. Okay, so I have something here that says like get the current step, register the current step, get the metadata, okay, so might just copy a lot of this. Bugger. I'm going to copy it and then refactor it. So we don't care what the workflow type is. Where did that go? There. We don't care about displaying that. We do need. We don't really care if it's complete. That's fine. There's no such thing as delaying here. So current step blah blah. Get what's this actually doing? Set. It's not like setting execution. Yeah, there's a duplicate, so we'll replace that one as well. Replace. Okay, that should be fine. And then this is the more interesting part, so let's go back to this one. Now in here there's a way to do it, so let's just change the output to skipped. And then I think we'll be fine. So current stamp, append meta, skipped. Locking workflow step, skipped. And then I don't care about the metadata there, but I do care about the other. I need to set the step as completed. And how do I do that? Current step completed. Current step completed. Skip add that step, let's make it void. Basically it's going to run through the workflow step, append the metadata and say it was complete without doing any action on it. So that should be bloody fine. Skip step, we'll copy this one. Skip step. Are you sure you want to skip the bad step? Continue. I mean, if you've got tons of bad steps, it's going to be a right pain in the ass, isn't it? But hey. So if we refresh this one, and now click skip bad step. Huzzah! Yeah, basically, if I click on here, we've still got 3 people on Twitch. I just don't know how you, there's no way to actually know who that is, though, is there? I do need to get some more water, though. So yeah, I'm online. I don't think it'd be Alex, because he's offline. I'm live. And very grainy, it seems. It's so laggy between streaming and seeing it on Twitch. It's like really, really bloody laggy. But yeah, that doesn't tell me how many people are watching either. 5 apparently. You just can't see who it is. Edit panels. Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad. It just makes the conversation a little bit awkward. Right, I'm going to have a 5-minute break and then carry on for just 20 minutes or so and finish streaming at like 20 to 10. So I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. I don't know why be right back screen has. That's kind of out of date. Sketch. You can probably still hear me, but let's have a look. Open existing files. Having break, let's edit this one and say just because it's good to have these things. Oh, it's not editable. Fine. Hello, random act. It's me streaming programming, and I'm having a break for 10 minutes. I'm back with food. I mainly do programming videos now. If you're still there, Random Acts, you may have followed me on YouTube because of like my scrap heap challenge videos that I uploaded. Which is still on this channel. And YouTube promotes live streaming to the top, so. Cool. That graph is broken. Why is it broken? Can't remember what it's called now. Like chart, no, diagram. Find execution graph map handler. Oh Jesus. Okay, so action condition. So it's there. I wonder why it's not displaying. Because this code is just like a fucking nightmare. Maybe it's there. So the previous step. The previous step might be start, so maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. So if action. This is some really crappy code as well. Not doing very well, am I? If I'm gonna like try and sell this, am I? This is shit. This is shit. Previous step doesn't equal null, yeah, so maybe an issue. Let's go with that, and then this one will just be action. Did that fix the graph? No. Wasted effort. Okay, so let's just copy that here and do else. No, that didn't fix it either. Fucking hell. Oh, I wonder why it's not displaying. Inspect. Oh god. Okay, so diagram. Actually looking for stuff in the footer. Stripe action, retemp charge, action, yeah. So it's there. It's there, alright. Just don't know why it's not displaying. Oh, I've got a bloody mosquito in here. I'm not going to be able to catch it, am I? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know. You know, in the future, I'll get acquired, and someone will look at this and go, "Oh, geez." Oh, that's it. That bit of code there. Is it that piece of code there? So we'll go from the found action. Yeah. Then no, I don't know if that doesn't make sense either. It doesn't break the diagram though. That's what's really annoying. Fuck, I hate this diagram stuff. You think changing this would break the diagram, but clearly not. Let's just do a dump of the flowchart. Sorry, I can't bother to keep changing screens. Okay, so we go from there. Start to the action, from the action to there. Start from the... Okay, so I've got two starts. That is why. Why is there two starts? Oh. Ah, that was it. Oh, Jesus, okay, fixed. The diagram now displays the actions correctly. So, I was looking at number 51. Action 51. So yeah. It now displays correctly. Huzzah. Okay, so workflow executions. We should now just have a whole bunch of delaying ones. Some of these you can't view because the ones from the first and the third are just too old. Okay, so yeah. Okay. I guess it may be nice to have skip delay, but it wouldn't be impossible to do that. Cool. What else is there that's easy to tick off? I guess I could look at the notifications, or I could stop streaming and I could just watch YouTube for 20 minutes and then go to bed. So I think I'm going to go with the watching YouTube. I was looking at getting this bounce stuff to have a view all and a clear all, but I just can't bother. So I'll catch everybody later.